In the 2018 Champions League final in Kiev, as the spotlight fell on the back of Real Madrid's number 22, the whole world believed he would define a new era. Isco, affectionately called the Magician by his teammates, weaved gracefully through Liverpool's defense with seemingly impossible dribbling skills. Zinedine Zidane wore a knowing smile on the sidelines, for in this cold, data-driven football world, Isco was the only living poem. Tonight, by the soft glow of flickering firelight, let us walk through the untold story of his life. His journey was never smooth. It is the tale of a soul torn between supreme elegance and cruel reality, falling again and again, until finding peace at last. We thought he belonged to the cheers of the Bernabeu, yet his most comfortable place has always been a lonely dance floor, with only a football and the sound of waves. Listen to the rain tapping on the window, just like the gentle rhythm of his first touch on the streets of Andalusia. Isco's football journey was nurtured by the moist sea breeze of the Mediterranean. Beneath the bright sun of Malaga, that shy, unsteady young boy transformed into a different being the moment he touched a ball. His playing style was deceptive. Slow in appearance, yet hiding deadly inspiration in every narrow space. The 2012 Golden Boy Award was the highest recognition of his classical football philosophy. Back then, every top club dreamed of signing this future maestro. His start at Real Madrid was nothing short of magical. He turned ordinary passing into elegant waltzes. Bernabeu fans bought tickets just to watch his graceful skills. Beneath such beauty lay the harsh logic of modern football. Without the ruthlessness of a finisher, you will always be regarded as unnecessary by the system. Whenever squad rotations came, Isco was always the first to be benched. He was like a precious artwork, only displayed when the game turned dull. Sitting alone in the corner of the locker room, watching stronger, faster teammates secure starting spots, he sank into deep frustration and unappreciated talent. Late at night, he practiced turns in front of the mirror and finally understood. If he could not become a cold machine, he must polish his elegance into his strongest weapon. The encounter between Isco and Zidane was a rare spiritual connection between two football geniuses. Zidane granted Isco ultimate freedom, letting him become the unpredictable variable that broke all rules. During Real Madrid's historic 3 consecutive Champions League titles, Isco was the hidden tactical core behind the famous BBC trio. Yet his lonely, proud nature slowly cracked at his peak. He refused to sacrifice his attacking flair for defense, refusing to become a faceless utility midfielder. With Zidane's departure and new coaches arriving, Isco's world quickly crumbled. Once hailed as a magician, he was soon labeled a liability. Media mocked his figure, questioned his dedication, and even the Bernabeu's cheers faded away. He spent entire seasons trapped on the bench. The light in his eyes faded from bright to dim, then to complete silence. The loneliness of being different covered his once brilliant dancing boots with a thick layer of dust. He called his family late at night, his voice filled with exhaustion. It was his final struggle, trapped inside the cold fortress of a top giant. On the day he left Real Madrid, Madrid held no grand farewell for him. He simply drove quietly through the streets of Seville and slipped away. The 2 years that followed became a long, silent, wandering journey. A failed spell at Sevilla and a collapsed transfer left him completely forgotten by the football world. Once valued at €90 million, the prodigy could not find a single club willing to sign him for half a year. He trained alone in his backyard. No cameras, no teammates. Only his children and loyal dogs by his side. In this extreme desolation, Isco rediscovered long-lost peace. He no longer needed to adapt to rigid tactics or explain his unique style. He grew a beard, sharing simple, peaceful moments of life on social media. This self-chosen disappearance became a complete release from all the noise and glory of his early career. Through endless waiting, he finally understood. True rebirth is not winning trophies again, but remaining rich in spirit even when you have nothing. In 2023, Real Betis became the gentlest harbor in the second half of Isco's life. Bathed in the warm golden sunlight of Andalusia, the weathered 30-something player put on his beloved jersey once more. And no longer a cautious substitute at a giant club, he became the king of the stadium, the captain of his own fate. His style matured and softened. Gone was the aggression of his youth, replaced by calm wisdom and easy grace. He strolled gently on the pitch, delivering soft, breeze-like assists when no one expected it. The joy of returning from the altar to ordinary life became the most precious treasure of his life. He proved to the world. Talent may fade with time, but one's dignity and spirit will never drift with the tide. He laughed freely in post-match interviews, like a child who had found his lost candy. That smile was far more genuine and touching than the day he lifted the Champions League trophy in Kiev. In the end, we returned to that quiet night in Madrid. If Isco had chosen to become a dull, defensive-only player, his trophy cabinet would surely be fuller. But would he still be the Isco we cherish? Perhaps not. It was his stubborn, unyielding persistence and elegance that made him an irreplaceable color in football. His career teaches us, in a standardized, fast-paced world, being out of place often means your soul holds a unique shape. Now, Isco may sit quietly in a Seville courtyard, watching the sunset, accompanied by this gentle bedtime story. Tonight, let us embrace the lessons of elegance, loss, and self-redemption, and close our eyes gently, let go of unfinished dreams, and stop regretting the past that cannot be mended. On this quiet night, may you find your own peaceful dance floor deep inside your heart. Good night.